Good evening. The Honorable Finance Minister of India, Nirmala Sitharaman, presented her budget on the 1st of Feb. The thing is, the budget could be new, but I think it's the same budget that's been presented for the last 10 years of the Modi government. It doesn't solve any of the problems that are ailing the Indian economy. The biggest problem in Indian economy is that low demand, low consumption, and because of low demand, low consumption, very low factory productivity and output. Because of that, very high, record high unemployment. The studies have said that in the last 2 years or 3 years, India's demand is one of the lowest that we have seen in the last 30-40 years. Even Parle-G biscuit sales have reduced. So does this budget solve the problem of consumption or lack of demand? No, but one issue, that is one relief of increasing the income tax slab from 7 lakhs to 12 lakhs is being spoken by media, both print and news, BJP spokesperson, BJP ministers, as if it's a breathtaking move, never seen before move, and then because of that the Indian economy will be right on track. But that's a complete myth. I'll burst why it's a complete myth. The problem is only 3.2 crore population in this country pay income tax, only 3.2 crores. So in a country of about approximately 150 crore people, that is less than 2.6%. Even of those filing income tax, right, who pay income tax is less than 2 crores, which stands at about 1%. And who are the people in the 7 lakhs to 12 lakhs slab? As per data, it's about 50 to 60 lakhs, which is about 0.5% or 0.4%. So the relief that is given is only going to affect 0.5% of the Indian population, right? But in India, what is the median per capita income? It is 1.8 lakhs, right? Median per capita, that is 50% of the people in this country earn less than 1.8 lakh crores. And what is the 75th percentile people earn in this country? That is about 2.8 lakhs. So which is, what is middle class? Middle class is the middle group. So people in the 50th percentile to 75th percentile are those earning between 1.8 lakhs. So 2.8 lakhs, let's even say 3 lakhs. So is there any relief for them? No. Because the income tax exemption for them has been given for the last 2-3 decades, 1 to 2 decades. So there is no relief for this category of people. And so to say that it's a relief to increase income from 7 lakhs, income tax slab from 7 lakhs to 12 lakhs, and to say it's a relief for middle class is a complete myth, because middle class are those ones in the 50th to 75th percentile, people earning from 1.8 lakhs to 2.8 lakhs. People who earn above 7 lakhs or 12 lakhs are less than 5% of this country's population. So they are in the top 5 percentile. If you earn more than 12 lakhs, you're in the top 2 percentile of this country. Out of 100 people in the top 2. So which means the relief given is only for the elite, and elite 0.7%, 6%. Right, so this is a complete myth that this will spur demand, because then you have left out completely the bottom 90%. The demand is low in this country only because the income savings of the bottom 90% to real terms have been drastically reducing. So this is a very important point to note, that it's drastically reducing. So to increase demand and consumption, the savings or income of these people should have been increased. So to that, what should they've done? They should have given a relief on indirect taxes. What are indirect taxes? Indirect taxes are taxes like GST, excise, etc. So indirect taxes have not been reduced. The GST has not been reduced. In fact, it's increased. So why are indirect taxes harmful? Even World Bank and OECD says proportion of indirect taxes collection in a country like India should be low, and direct taxes. What are direct taxes? Taxes like income tax are the ones that should be increased. So after Prime Minister Modi has come to power, the proportion of indirect taxes in the overall tax collection has increased from 40 to about 60%, and the direct tax collection has been reduced from 60 to 40%. But why are indirect taxes harmful? Because indirect taxes are designed in such a manner that irrespective of income, either you earn 100 rupees a day or 10,000 rupees a day, the tax is the same. Let's say you are earning 100 rupees a day, you are going to go and buy rice, you are paying 5% GST on it. You buy rice for 100 rupees, you are spending 5 rupees, which is 5% of income. You are earning 10,000 rupees, you go same buy rice for 100 rupees, so you pay 5 rupees tax, which means the tax for you reduces to 0.05%. So which means to people earning, if you higher your income, lower the percentage of money you pay as taxes, and lower your income, higher the percentage of money you pay as taxes. So this only if the indirect taxes will increase, when indirect taxes will reduce, only then we are having an equitable share of tax distribution. So the problem is, because of the very high indirect taxes, the money from the poor is going towards the rich. So what is inequality? Inequality is nothing but from the poor and middle class going to the rich. So because of that, the poor and middle class, or 90% of the population, do not have money, and the rich, who are always having money in surplus, have extra money which they store as deposits in foreign countries. So is there anything done on indirect taxes? Is no. So why are indirect taxes increased? Is because this Modi government reduced the corporate taxes many years back from 35% to 23%, so which resulted in about loss of 2 lakhs. So to compensate for that, they increase the taxes on petrol, diesel and gas cylinder by about 300%, 900%, 500%. So which is why the middle class do not have money. And again, to compensate for other soaps that have been given to the super rich, such as loan waivers, etc., etc., other GST revenue is coming in handy to the Modi government. So basically, money from the poor and middle class are taken and given to the super rich. So, and for the economy to grow, something will have to be done on this regard. So what could have been done? There could have been a super tax or additional tax on people earning more than 1 crore. There could have been an additional tax for people earning more than 10 crores each year or 5 crores each year. So this money would have given the government additional some 50-60,000, through which GST taxes could have been reduced, and similarly corporate taxes could have been increased. People may say if reduction in corporate taxes will result in more additional corporate expenditure, but in the last 5-6 years we have not seen any additional expenditure from the corporates. The private investment is the lowest we have seen in decades. The last quarter was I think private investment in the economy reduced by about 30-35%. So the reduction in corporate taxes did not result in investment. Rather, the extra profits which the corporate earned were stored in foreign countries as deposits, no use to the economy. In fact, the profits were also not paid to the employees. That is why the real wages in this country, both urban and rural, have stagnated for the past 5-6 years. The consumption survey of India says the rural consumption has drastically declined over the last 10 years, and then the urban consumption has drastically declined. So there's one way in which the rural economy could be propelled, that is by putting money in hands of the poor in the rural economy. What is the one way of doing that? That is to allocate additional funding for Manrega, 100-day work scheme. But contrary, every year the money allocated for 100-day work scheme, Manrega scheme, is drastically reduced. This budget, if you control for inflation, that is rather in real term, again the fund allocated for the 100-day work scheme has reduced by 5%. Though the allocation remains the same, but because the GDP of the country grows and because of inflation, the actual percentage expenditure on Manrega is fallen by about 5 to 8%. And this is only this year. If you look at every year, there has been a 40% decline. See, I am not saying it that put money in hands for the poor, allocate more funds for 100-day work scheme. Even Nobel laureates like Abhijit Banerjee, Joseph Stiglitz, people who won Nobel Prize, researched on this, are saying for Indian economy to thrive, you'll have to put money in hands of the poor. But have you done that? No. So these are all the fundamental problems of the Indian economy, which even this budget did not address. You should have addressed many years back, right? For the second budget of the Modi government, or third budget. But on the contrary, they keep giving one benefit after the other to the corporate and the private sector, and private sector investment or corporate sector investment also reducing. But then they say we are spending more money on capital expenditure. But if you look, the capital expenditure this year has been reduced by about 90,000 odd crores, and last year about 1 lakh crores that was supposed to be spent on capital expenditure was not spent. Why was it not spent? Because lack of administrative capacity of the Modi government. So even if you assume that capital expenditure can propel the economy, which I don't believe, but even if you believe on that, then that funding should have been increased. That has not been done. And more interestingly, federalism, the budget, if you look for major part of it, look like a Bihar state government budget. Most of the schemes are allocated only for Bihar. They get a new airport. What does Tamil Nadu get? Nothing. There's not even mention of Tamil Nadu in the budget. Even last year budget we saw the same situation existed. Why Bihar? Bihar is because the elections are coming around the corner, and secondly Bihar and Andhra Pradesh are very vital for the Modi government to run the coalition government. So budget cannot be decided based on political necessities. It's a document which is a vision for the future, for 5-year term, 10-year term, which is why in Tamil Nadu we have schemes like Pudhumai Pentittam. Why? Because when the girls will go to school today, college today, they will be graduates in 3 years, they will start getting job in 4 years, and then after 7-8 years they will have children. Their per capita family income is high. Because of additional income, they will be able to spend more on their children's healthcare. After 10 years, Tamil Nadu's human resource capital plus Tamil Nadu's per capita GDP will increase. So it's foresight. Here it's not foresight. It's just a political vision document and package certain advertising elements. So this is another problem. If you don't give money to the states that are most developed in the country, how can the country grow? Only when the individual states grow, the country can grow. When the individual states don't grow, the country cannot grow. And again, let me come to railways. They have launched something, they say, but Kavash, which is a safety system in railways, has been allocated only paltry 4,500 crores. For entire Indian railways to have Kavash, the safety system, we need about 1 lakh crores, right? 1 lakh to 1.2 lakh crores. We have seen how many train accidents happening. The train accident happened in the last 1 year is highest in the last 20 years. and everyone have been advocating allocate more money for Kawash, not allocated. So even there, railways, nothing has been done. When Prime Minister Modi said he will increase the income of the farmers or double the income of the farmers in 10 years when in 2014, right now if you look, the income of the farmers have reduced by 1% in real terms, and if you look, for many agricultural schemes, the fund allocated this year is much lower than the previous years, drastically lower than the UPA regime. So this budget has nothing in it, just to advertise. They've just had this 7 lakhs to 12 lakhs income tax raise, which apart from very few percentage of population, it's going to help none. So, and it's not going to help the ailing economy also. See, they have put a cap of 3.5% of fiscal deficit for states, but Indian Union budget is about nearly fiscal deficit of 5%. The country's financials are bad, there is no demand, and the budget has nothing. So this budget is a zero budget. Thank you.